Hello, hello, West Ham Network. It's Holly, and I'm here with your Hammers headlines for today, Wednesday, the 24th of September, run in association with KUMB.com. Now, as you may have guessed, almost every single report out there is based around our head coach situation. So I've got the latest updates there, as well as a preview to the Women's Cup game. Now, while the intro runs, like we always say, give a little thumbs up to the comments you agree with. Head down there and get involved in the conversation. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up as well. And of course, make sure you subscribed. Let's get going. Now, for your first story today, from all of the latest reports, it looks as though Potter will probably be in charge for the coming two games, but he is indeed aware that he is fighting for his future, according to ex-West Ham United employee. So he's reported that the club is going to then use our international break to decide on the next steps, depending on results. So this leaves us in a little bit of a tricky spot because a win and a draw could potentially be enough to paper over those cracks and push the problem a little bit further down the line if we're not actually seeing a long-term improvement. Apparently, Potter is more than aware that his job is very much at risk, and it's also being reported that a meeting was held between all the players and staff at Rush Green, emphasising how serious things have got. And in this time, apparently Potter gave a speech about working together and the importance of them fighting to get out of their current situation. Now, the big question that I've got for you viewing today is, what would Graham Potter need to do at this point for you to be happy with him staying? Personally, it's all results-based for me. If Potter can win the next two games and then pick up form, I'm happy. But given our current results, I just can't see that happening, unfortunately. So like I said, let me know in the comments what you think in terms of if there's anything Potter could do at this moment in time. Would it literally be 2 wins on the bounce and then a load of wins after that? What would it be that he'd need to do to actually win you over with trust again to want him to stay? Now, for your second story, and on a very similar topic, surprisingly, an exclusive from Football Insider 247 has claimed that West Ham have been forced to do a little bit of a U-turn on that report that we had that came out, where apparently we didn't want a new manager coming into two challenging games against Everton and Arsenal, so we wanted to bring them in at a better time. And it didn't really make any sense because that felt like a bit of a free hit, but also points that you would potentially be dropping. And although Everton have a good record at their new ground, it seems mad to say that we don't want a manager to start at a fixture that's as difficult as Everton. Everton, who have struggled massively in recent years, these are the teams that we really should be competing against. So anyway, their update suggests that, just like in X's update, Potter will remain with West Ham until the international break ends. However, they gave a little bit more context behind what the potential delay could be at Nuno starting at the club or for Potter leaving. They said, here it is, Nottingham Forest sacked Nuno earlier this month, and the Portuguese manager still has some legal issues to sort out regarding his City Ground exit before he can be given the West Ham job. It is believed that the delay will last until after the international break, which would see Potter's sacking pushed back until the middle of next month. So this will mean, if timings align, as they're suggesting, should we bring Nuno in, he will be ready for the Brentford game on the 20th after the international break. And here's hoping, obviously, that would be the beginning of improved form and a little bit of that new manager bounce that we've been wanting desperately, despite not having the full international break to work with the team, or the team that aren't going to play in the international break anyway. But it's a bit of a difficult one because if minds are made up, I always find it really difficult to understand why, if you're certain that a manager isn't for you to the point where you're having these conversations, it's very rare that anyone manages to actually long-term turn things around. They might get a couple of better results, but surely at the point where you've lost confidence, at the point where you're basically recruiting, you might as well cut ties and just take the leap of faith. If the head coach that you're bringing in is talented enough, which at Premier League standard coming into the Premier League team, you would hope that we would be able to at least attract some manager that is of the standard that can be better than the results we're getting at the moment. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on all of that down below in that comment section. And for your final story, a little break from the men's team, something a little bit more positive. So Leila Wandela has said that West Ham women are yet to show their best performances, starting their League Cup campaign tonight, in which they will be hoping to perform as well as they did last season. As a reminder, West Ham women got to the semi-finals last time after beating Portsmouth, London City Lionesses, Southampton and Spurs. And then this season, they'll be facing Portsmouth again and Bournemouth, the Addicts and Brighton. So it unfortunately has not been a good start to the season for the women's side in the league. So it's all round at West Ham at the moment. They sit bottom of the table, 3 games in with 3 losses, having conceded 10 goals. So here's hoping they can go on a little bit of a cup run to lift West Ham's spirits, because someone's got to do it. I'm not sure the men's team are doing it at the moment. So there you have it. Those have been your Hammers headlines for today. If you haven't already, as always, please get involved in the conversation by leaving a comment down below with your thoughts on all things West Ham. And of course, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video, because it all goes such a long way to supporting the channel. It means we reach more people. It means we can put more time into making more content. We can get more guests, and it's all really fun. Basically, more stuff, good stuff. Please do it. If you haven't already, please check out Russ's video as well this morning with the news from First Thing. Also, it's his birthday tomorrow, so go over there, give him a little birthday shout out for Thursday, and go and take a peek at my video as well from this afternoon, where we discussed whether we should be looking at either an interim manager or a long-term head coach. We ran through some of the pros and cons of them, but we asked your thoughts, and the debate is quite good in the comments over there. So I'll definitely say go and take a look. But the general consensus was whoever we bring in, doesn't matter whether we're looking at them as short term or long term, they need to be of the quality that they should be getting the results that we can get. So basically, it's almost a bit of a redundant term, an interim manager, because if you bring an interim manager in and we're winning every single game, they're going to become your head coach. They're going to become the long-term manager, head coach, whatever you want to call it. And at the same time, if you're willing to switch that interim head coach out for another head coach that you were after, it suggests that the interim one wasn't good enough in terms of results. So basically what we need to be doing is bringing in someone that, regardless of whether we're seeing it as interim or perhaps there might be a slightly more effective option, shall we say, better suited to West Ham kind of option and where we want to head as a club. Regardless, whoever comes in next needs to be good enough to win Premier League games, because otherwise we won't stay up and there's no point in bringing any other manager in. So we need to do a move that makes sense to get points, to avoid relegation, so that we can even be around when the long-term guy comes in. So anyway, that's all for me for now, but go head over to the video from earlier today, because we were running through all of it. There was so much to be said. We looked at the pros and cons of each approach. We looked at who might be available, and we looked at what that kind of means, and obviously what you will think about it. If you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button, and also, like I said, drop your thoughts on this video below, because we want to get the conversation going, and we're going to be doing that thing where we take some of your comments, pop them in videos, and have a nice big old debate and discussion. Friendly, of course, no attacking each other in that comment section, but it's going to be loads of fun. So thank you so much as always for watching, and until next time, have a great day, and come on you Irons.